Royal Servant, good morrow to you, adventurer. Have you any questions regarding the history of Little Lady's Day? I am at your service. What is Little Lady's Day? Once a year, when the peach blossoms come to bloom, Eorzea celebrates all the lovely and spirited young maidens who bring such joy to our realm. The origins of the holiday can be traced back to events that happened some 3 centuries past, when the Thorn dynasty still reigned in Ul'dah. The plucky princess Edvia, tired of being sequestered within palace walls by her overprotective father, the Sultan Baldric Thorn, exchanged garb with a miller girl and wandered off into town in search of adventure. Upon learning of his daughter's disappearance, the Sultan was stricken with panic. He summoned the palace guard down to the last man and ordered them to tear the city apart to see that no harm befell his precious princess. And tear the city apart they did. The poor miller, whose daughter assisted the princess in her escape, saw his house nigh ripped from the ground, while the family was threatened with imprisonment and worse. To the good fortune of all, Princess Edvia was soon found just outside the palace walls. When she confessed the true reason that she had run away, her father was racked with guilt for his actions. He had the miller's house rebuilt by his most skilled craftsmen and offered to personally serve as seneschal to the miller girl for a day to atone for his actions. The common folk were deeply moved by their sultan's newfound compassion, the sultan himself, vowing to never forget the lessons he had learned, declared that each year he would serve as seneschal for a young girl chosen from the townspeople by lot. The tradition continued long after the Sultan Baldric's death, living on even as the Thorn dynasty gave way to the Ul. In time, it spread to other nations, where it took on new forms, eventually evolving into the Little Lady's Day celebration that we know and love today. Who was Princess Edvia? Princess Edvia was the one and only daughter of Sultan Baldric of House Thorn, the Huron noble house that ruled Ul'dah some 300 years ago to the day. Her disappearance from the palace, the commotion that followed, and its eventual resolution, oft retold as the Legend of the Lost Lady, are said to represent the origins of the celebration we now know as Little Lady's Day. It is said that before the events of that day, relations between the spirited princess and her stern, overly protective father were strained at best. Though the father claimed to love his daughter dearly, the form this love took was the stifling sort. The princess's disappearance and return changed everything. Sultan Baldric gained a newfound respect for his daughter's independent nature, while Princess Edvia realized that her father's treatment of her was born of simple misunderstanding, not lack of love. The bonds between the two grew only stronger in the months and years to follow, and the two came to be celebrated as the most ideal embodiment of father and daughter that the realm had ever seen. Royal Handmaiden. A princely persona, the royal seneschal is planning something new for Little Lady's Day. Ah, Evray, how wonderful to have such a reliable helper on hand. As you've no doubt noticed, the Little Lady's Day festivities are upon us once more. By the way, I must ask, you know of the songbirds, do you not? How silly of me. Of course you do. That trio of princess-styled entertainers were relative unknowns when they first took to the stage, but they've since become a Little Lady's Day staple. Now we hope to introduce another such sensation, but this time the singer will be butler-themed. I've titled this new act The Seneschal Prince, a royal among servants, and loyal servant to his princess. The prince in question is scheduled to debut in the upcoming festival performance, but it would seem our chosen star is yet to return from picking up his costume. Though there is ample time ere the show begins, his prolonged absence is a source of concern, to say the least. If only I were not so preoccupied with preparations. Would you mind looking in on him for me? Picot, or Picot, is his name, and he was meant to be speaking with a designer at FFXIV's. I would be grateful if you could see what is keeping young Picot, and doubly so if you could render any needed assistance. He was on his way to FFXIV's the last time we spoke. Okay. Oh, I thought FFXIV's was in that direction. Goldsmith. Okay. Marabelle. Ah. No, darling, no. What I need from you are specifics. Picot. It has to shine with a sharp, frozen brilliance, like a blizzard slicing through the darkest night. And it should dazzle like a searing flame, threatening to burn your fingers at the merest touch. Doesn't that sound amazing? Marabelle. Wait, which do you want? A freezing blizzard or a burning flame? Picot. Oh, maybe you can help. How can we create a silvery costume that melts into chaotic darkness? Should I give up on the shiny elements? Marabelle. An adventurer? What can Marabelle, famed designer of FFXIV's aesthetics, do for you, darling? Here at the Royal Seneschal's bidding, you say? Well, I could certainly use some guidance with this costuming conundrum. Costume itself is largely complete. I simply wanted to add the finishing flair in accordance with the prince's wishes. But I'm struggling to envision the image he's trying to convey. Picot. Well, There are just so many dimensions to looking dashing. How can one narrow the options down to a single idea? Maribel. Forgive me, darlings, but I've other projects to attend to. Would you mind coming back once you've helped the lad decide on a more definitive direction? Vico. This is not going well. I couldn't ask for a better opportunity, and here I am, ruining my own debut. Ah. It was Evray, yes? I am sorry to drag you into this dilemma of mine. Of all those who auditioned, they chose me to be the seneschal prince. My job now is to become a star performer, and creating a dashing and princely persona seemed the best way to achieve that. So I did my research into the subject, delving into books about the most gallant individuals, how they act, how they dress, that sort of thing. But when I tried to explain, it all came out a jumbled mess. What makes the seneschal prince a prince among seneschals? Come to think of it, what exactly is a seneschal anyway? An unobtrusive servant who anticipates his master's needs. A person of impeccably proper manners. Perhaps you should have researched that instead. Yeah, that sounds about right. I see. Then my fixation on being dashing was entirely the wrong approach. But at least now one thing is clear. I must learn the ways of a seneschal, if I'm to be the best seneschal prince I can be. You seem a knowledgeable sort. Left to my own devices, I fear wasting time on the wrong thing again. Will you help me with my research? Huzzah! Then, first things first. I say we speak with a wide variety of townsfolk, and learn what the general public expects of a seneschal. Let's split up that we might gather as many opinions as possible. I'll leave the steps of Thal to you, and we can meet at the Gold Court afterwards. Well-dressed, noble woman. A seneschal? Why, yes, of course. I have one in my employ. The accomplished ones foresee what must be done, and act without need for instruction. Those who stand around awaiting orders have no business taking the position. A seneschal who cannot act on his own initiative is not worthy of the title. Cool. Bargain hunter. Ah, that word ever puts me in mind of the first royal seneschal himself, Sultan Baldric. It's said that every year, one girl was chosen from the townspeople by lot, and he would attend to that lucky lass as her personal servant for the entire day. The festival is no longer about choosing a single princess, of course, but oh, how I still daydream about having an attentive seneschal at my beck and call. As a child, whenever Little Ladies' Day came around, I would always hold out hope that this would be the year I was chosen. I'm rather taken with Sultan Baldric's seneschal for a day idea. Having someone devoted to your needs alone is like a dream come true. Don't you agree? No comment. Resting server. My impressions of a seneschal? Well, they strike me as people who excel at preparations. Performing tasks to a demanding lord or lady's satisfaction hinges upon their ability to think ahead, to plan events to perfection. My work as a server at the Quicksand is similar in some respects. We have a special Little Ladies' Day menu on offer this year, and I have everything memorized. The ingredients, the presentation, the flavors, down to the smallest detail. Everything from the main course to the beverages and desserts will be perfect. Above and beyond one's prescribed duties, a server's mission is to ensure as many happy customers as possible. Preparing for things in advance is a skill both seneschals and servers have in common. There is no better way to ensure satisfaction, be it for a customer or the master of the house. Oh, guess what, Everett? I was asking about seneschals in Pearl Lane, and the merchant offered me an amazing bargain. He showed me a rare urn of incalculable worth, but even the heavily discounted price was far more coin than I could afford. Come to think of it, what do urns have to do with seneschals anyway? Nothing, I'd wager. Could it be that you're a little too trusting? Let's go with that. Pico. Oh, was I on the wrong track again? I could have sworn... I see. So a seneschal is someone who serves others. Someone who anticipates what needs to be done and prepares for those tasks in advance. In my case, then, I should be a seneschal who serves his fans? Yes, when I put it like that, it just feels right. I should be thinking of ways I can make the crowds happy. And that's exactly what I'll do. Now, if you could stick around a while longer, I'd appreciate some help in becoming the best seneschal I can be. A princely debut. Pico ponders over an appropriate direction for his stage persona. I am to don the mantle of the seneschal prince. Yet while I've grasped a clear picture of the theme, I must needs think how best to embody the manner. A seneschal exists to serve, to ensure happiness and satisfaction, which, incidentally, is how this all began for me. I once knew a girl, years ago. She was my childhood friend, my cherished princess. But alas, she was born with a terrible ailment. She could not rise from bed, let alone leave the house. and thus I took it upon myself to bring the outside world to her. I acted out all sorts of tales, a hero's saga, a jester at court, if she wished to hear of it, if it would but make her smile, I would assume any role under the sky. One fateful day, I happened to see a songstress in town. She dazzled the audience, and the elated looks upon their faces. I had to rush back to my princess's bedside to share the experience. I sang and danced my heart out for my audience of one, a performance for her and her alone. Oh, how her eyes lit up. Her happiness was everything I ever wanted. It spurred me to practice day and night, and as I did, I began to feel I truly was a famous performer. Then, all too soon, did Thol call her to his somber halls. Ever since, I've dreamed of making a big name for myself as a singer. If I could perform upon some grand stage, then perhaps my voice would rise up and reach her ears once more. That's why I auditioned for the role of the Seneschal Prince, and why I leapt for joy when I heard that I'd been chosen. Yet even though I began all this for her, it has become every bit my own dream as well. I yearn to sing as that songstress did, and stir the hearts of the crowd. Thank you for listening, Evray. Talking to someone helps to put my thoughts in order. Right, back to the task at hand. Once I've settled on how to best serve my audience, then I should have all the specifics Maribel needs to finish the costume. Let's head over to the Little Ladies' Day stage, shall we? With the better parts of the preparations finished, it's likely begun to draw a crowd. The sight might inspire some ideas for my seneschal debut. Quicksand employee. There's always quite a crowd gathered by the stage. Perhaps I should have a word with the Royal Seneschal and ask if I can pass out some flyers. Songbirds fanatic. The heavenly Narumi will soon be here in person. I've thought of nothing else for days and days. Stage manager. Let us spare not the smallest detail. We'll give the fans a show to remember. Detail. Royal Seneschal. Ah, there you are. Working on the stage proceeds apace. Will Picot be ready to perform? Let's go find out. I like this song. Picot. The stagehands seem swamped with last-moment adjustments, and you can see the fans have already begun to gather. If I'm to decide how to act as the Seneschal Prince, then it's now or never. Let's see what clues the scene has to offer us. Help to find Picot's Seneschal Prince persona. Picot. How can I serve the crowd? Aside from the usual singing and dancing, there must be something I can do. Quicksand employee. Pico. Ah, an employee of the Quicksand. Did they not mention offering some exclusive menu over the course of Little Lady's Day? Beverage and dessert included. I was curious about that myself. Beverage and dessert included. Because knowing such a thing is only available during the festival makes it all the more tempting, doesn't it? I wonder if they'd be willing to bring out a light meal for the audience. Not only would it benefit the fans, but it would also be an excellent promotion for the Quicksand itself. Yes, good thinking. Songbirds fans. Pico. See there? A particularly eager Songbirds fan. Come early to ensure a front row experience, no doubt. Rather too early, in fact. My act is first on the program, so he'll be in for quite a long wait before his idols take the stage. Can we make him more comfortable? Should we bring him a bite to eat? Let's make him more comfortable. He looks a bit sweaty. Perhaps a chair. Pico. Yes, of course. He must be exhausted from standing there all this time. The least I can do is make him more comfortable for the duration of my performance. Royal Seneschal. Yes, of course. If we're speaking of seneschals, we should look no further than the Royal Seneschal himself. Such a courteous demeanor, and so precise in his movements. Now that I think on it, no matter the work we do together, he is never less than thorough with his preparations. And I imagine he would be more than willing to help us implement any new plan we might propose. I've been thinking, Everett. There is no rule which demands people must stand to cheer and enjoy a performance, is there? Why not have the Quicksand deliver some light refreshments? Little Lady's Day themed, of course, and aim for a more relaxed experience. I mean, it's hardly a novel concept. One often orders a meal while taking in a play, or has a flagon in hand while the minstrel strums his lute in the tavern. We would simply encourage the same idea. Naturally, I shall rouse the crowd with song and dance, but this will help define the seneschal side of my stage character. The act is finally coming together. As the seneschal prince, I shall both serve and entertain. Come, there's not a moment to lose. I must first consult with the royal seneschal, and then hurry off to make my request to Mistress Murmady at the Quicksand. But I must also inform Maribel of my costuming decisions. There is no time. Shall I talk to her in your stead? Let's divide the tasks between us. Let's go with the first one. You would do that for me? Oh, thank you, Everett. I would be most grateful if you could explain the costume concept to Maribel for me. You truly are my savior. I give you my word the show will be a great success. Please, do be sure to attend. Royal Seneschal. Yes, the idea has merit. I shall arrange for tables to be brought out. Pico. Which is why I was hoping to organize the event to allow people to eat and drink while they make merry. Stage manager. Yep, same thing. Alright, back to Eshtame's aesthetics. Maribel, Every darling, how fares our princely seneschal? So the show will feature a healthy dash of hospitality, eh? Sounds fabulous. A singer with a seneschal's poise and prince's style. Yes, darling. I know exactly what this costume needs. Leave it to me. Please let the royal seneschal know that I'll have the outfit ready in time for the performance. Tell him yourself. Right. Whee! Royal Seneschal. Thank you for lending a hand to young Picot. 'Tis good to know the issue with his costume has been resolved. As I mentioned, the Seneschal Prince is to be the main new attraction for this year's Little Ladies' Day, and Picot himself is to give the show's opening address. I cannot imagine how events might have unfolded without your assistance. You will stay and watch his performance, yes? Sure. Where are the tables and chairs? Are they coming? Songbird's fanatic. I've been standing for so long my feet have fallen asleep. But at least the show is about to begin. Curious spectator. It should be starting any moment now. The first act is the debut performance for a new singer, isn't it? The Seneschal, Prince? Uncertain spectator. What would a prince of seneschals be like anyway? I have no idea what to expect. Picot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Little Ladies' Day performance. Nice ass. I am Picot, the Seneschal Prince, and I shall be your guide to an ephemeral world of wonder. I imagine you are all weary from the wait. Though it be but a trifle, we have taken the liberty of arranging for refreshments. A special festival menu prepared by our friends at the Quicksand. Ooh, macaroons. Yum. Peach-infused tea accompanied by a selection of spring-inspired sweets. We invite you to enjoy these delights while you enjoy the show. Songbird's fanatic. That's for us? Thank the gods I was so thirsty. Curious spectator. Oh, that new menu has been on my mind all day. What a lovely gesture. Picot. I am overjoyed to see you thus pleased. Should this repast meet With your approval, pray consider a visit to the quicksand following the show. Ah, but with that said, I must ask that you keep all eyes on me. Without your full attention, I am wont to grow jealous. Cringe. Fair princesses, won't you step closer? I promise this shall be a princely performance to remember. Settle in, my dear audience, and enjoy the spectacle of the Seneschal Prince. La 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 la. Royal Seneschal. He not only entertains with song and dance, but also captures the crowd's heart with warm hospitality. A wonderful display. Oh, the songbirds. Ooh la la. Not bad. Not bad. Narumi, it seems we have quite a show to follow. Masha Makaraka and the songbirds will deliver. We'll take the stage by storm and build this excitement to a raging crescendo. Nice mustache. La 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 la. Give me my outfit. Royal Seneschal. The Seneschal Prince's debut has been a grand success. The audience was thoroughly entertained. Entertain me. I couldn't look away. Me either. All hail the Seneschal Prince. Pico, Evray, thank you for coming to my performance. It was all so magical. To see such enjoyment upon each face in the crowd was an indescribable feeling. And did you see how they responded to the touches of hospitality? The quicksand server even came over to thank me for how quickly word spread about their festival menu. Royal Seneschal. What a stunning debut by the Seneschal Prince. We've already been swamped with demands to know when you will be performing next. In fact, I'm thinking of setting up an encore performance while the festival is still ongoing. Pico. Is that so? Well then, I shan't disappoint my fans. I wonder if my dear friend was watching me too, from Thol's distant halls. Thol's balls, mate. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity. For as long as I have the privilege of standing on that stage, I mean to spend every moment delighting all who attend. Ah, I almost forgot. I had Maribel craft you a matching costume. I was not alone up there in front of the crowd. I felt you standing beside me, as you have been every step of the way. Given your part in all this, you are every bit a Seneschal Prince yourself. So please, do me the honor of accepting this gift. Gladly. Gimme, gimme, gimme. 'Tis the least I can offer for your patient assistance. Now, I must be off to prepare for my next appearance. Bye. Royal Seneschal. I too offer my sincerest gratitude for elevating our celebrations to ever greater heights. The Little Lady's Day festivities have only just begun, but I suggest you go and enjoy them while they last. Yes. Thank you very much. I want to be your pop star. Royal Seneschal. Thanks to your steady guidance, the Seneschal Prince made an unforgettable first impression. His performance appears to have fired up the songbirds, and I foresee a lively stage for the future. Ah shit. Songbirds have arrived. We all enjoying the festival. Here we go. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Da da da. La di da da. She's so lovely. Tra la 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 la. My precious Narumi. See you at our next performance. Wow. Hey, where'd they go? They just vanished. Cool. Wonder if there are any extra NPCs to talk to. And there's Maribel. I rushed over just as soon as my work allowed. Did you see our darling Seneschal Prince? Doesn't he look splendid in that outfit? I suppose. So this is a festival? Fascinating. That's what he said, right? Little alien dudes. One day soon our time will come. The homunculi shall be next to rule that stage. For a sweet celebration, how sweetly we shall... What? What did that say? Cocoon? Croon. What does that mean? Who are these guys? I don't recognize them. Croon. Hum or sing in a soft, low voice, especially in a sentimental manner. Anybody else? Cool bird. Normally every time after I finish one of these events and I stop recording, I end up finding the unique NPCs all around and wish I had kept recording for moments longer. But this time around, it doesn't seem like there are many. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's check this out. Pretty good. Oh, sweet. Can go in the armor. Alright. That will do. GG.